Hi guys, hello. We are back for day 3 of the Love What You See in the Mirror free challenge. And I just cannot get this lighting right. It always makes me look like I have no eyebrows, but trust me, I have eyebrows. Anyways, guys, that's not important. Maybe I need to start penciling in my eyebrows, but I accept myself as I am. And I'm here with you guys today, and we're going to talk about mindset. If you have watched the videos for day 1 and day 2, you know that is really the foundation of this challenge. So we're on day 3 of 5, and this is really the core of making that change to love and accept yourself as you are. And this is something that I realized over time, as I had mentioned in the day about exercise. I noticed that like exercising a lot, losing weight, getting toned, none of that stuff made me actually like my body. So obviously there was another missing piece, which I kind of discovered by accident, was mindset. And so I don't want you guys to have to like fumble around and wait to have this accidental discovery. You can be more purposeful about it and say, I'm tired of looking in the mirror and just being super critical and not feeling good about how I look and not feeling confident in myself as a person, and I'm going to make a choice. Now, if only it were that easy, right? And so that's what I'm here to tell you today, that wanting to make the change and shift your mindset is, of course, the first step, but then it's a question of how, right? And it seems so like, what's the word for it? Like, not concrete, the opposite of concrete. Like, how do you change your mindset? Like, just think different thoughts, right? That's not an easy thing to do. Our thoughts, like the fabric of our thoughts, is something that we don't really notice. And it's like by the time you have the negative thoughts, you're kind of so deep in them that you don't even realize how pervasive they are. So I am going to give you 3 tips like usual. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you guys about something really exciting that I have created for those who want to work on this a little more intensely over a longer period of time. So the free advice first. I always give you free advice and things that I really believe will work, but this is also work that I do for an income. And if you are ready to go further, I think this is a really great option to make some real progress with it. And I know how thorny of an issue it can be and how it's not always that easy to make progress on your own. That's like my entire reason why I do this work. So let's get into it. And by the way, I'll say one more time, just quick logistical kind of going over the announcements for the group. So I'm going to put it again in the comments one more time. It's in the pinned post right now. Make sure you sign up for the emails. You're going to be getting the PDF downloadable printable journal with all the journaling prompts I keep mentioning in these videos. You can print it out, or you can like just rewrite them in your own journal if you want. But I'm including that link every day because I know people are joining the email list day by day as we go. Let me see. So there's that. Make sure you sign up for the emails. And then in terms of participation, so what I consider participation, I love for you to watch the videos, but you got to let me know that you watched. Look for the, there's like a discussion thread post with a photo separate from the video for each day. Day 1, day 2, day 3 will be posted after this. There will be day 4 and day 5. You don't have to do it on the day, but sometime before August 12th. Post your answers in the comments. And it doesn't have to be super long. Like if you're doing the journaling work, you don't have to retype like every word that you wrote down. Give us a summary. Just show me that you engaged with the material. And you're going to get a prize in the mail from me. That's how I roll. Participation prize for everyone. Because I want to reward, I want to recognize and thank you for the time you're putting in, but also give you a reward for doing the work. we know there are rewards for doing this work. That's why you guys are here. That's why you joined the free challenge in the first place. But the rewards, when you're working on changing your mindset, can take a while, right? To really become noticeable. So I'll give you something right away that's tangible, just something a little fun surprise in the mail. Okay, so make sure you participate on the daily discussion threads, and you've got to be signed up for emails in order to get the prize. Okay, so first thing I want to tell you about how to change your mindset. This is something that I've talked about also in the first 2 days, but the first step really is to observe. And the journaling prompt for today is all about that. If you guys have been in my free challenges before, this is not necessarily new, but it's always a new exercise that you can do and see how your answers may have changed, or obviously if you didn't do it before, give it a try now. So the exercise, your assignment is to look in the mirror and write down everything you feel critical about. It says no holds barred. Like, sometimes it can be really vicious, and I get that, and I know that because that was the case for me. So just really write down, and sometimes, like, it's even made me cry, the mean things I used to say to myself. So don't be afraid to go there. Like, do this when you're by yourself. Do it at a time when there's like nobody around and you're not distracted. I know it's sometimes hard to find that time in your day, but find a time when you can really be present with what you're trying to do. Just write down all of those negative criticisms that you find in your brain. And then when you're all done, you got a nice list of nasty comments. I want you to cross each one out and rewrite it with a positive affirmation. So you worked on affirmations. Day 1, you should have some of those. And I'll share more with you guys tomorrow. I think I meant to do it today, and I think I said that yesterday, but just about what affirmations I use. But anyways, basically write down why you love that same body part you were critical of. I know this is kind of hard, because if you're like, I hate my tummy, then why would you love your tummy? But I'm sure you can come up with something. Come up with like anything, even if it's just like, well, I love my tummy because, I carried a baby in there. That's an obvious one, but not true for me yet. But it could be like, it's something just super basic. Like, I love my tummy because it like holds in my intestines. You know what I mean? Like really, really, low level stuff is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to be like, I have the most gorgeous body ever. It could be like, it's functional. But that's like a statement that is true, that you really believe. I love my body because like it gets me out of bed each day. Okay, so I know you can find a positive statement of why you love each of those parts that your gut impulse was to be critical of. And writing those words down is the first step to start believing them. So that's really step number 1, is just starting to notice that internal monologue. And the fact that you're here and the fact that you're watching this video is wonderful progress in and of itself. So don't lose sight of that. Okay, tip number 2 is related to tip number 1. You can't really make progress with changing your mindset unless you have some downtime. You have to set aside some time for reflection. And this is a little bit of tough love, but it's also what I personally have needed to hear and needed to change. Okay, how many people, give me some hearts, if you like go through your whole day and you don't have like 5 minutes to spare, there's no time for you. And even, maybe you're kind of like addicted to being busy. This is how I am. So tell me if this is like your natural tendency too. But like if, say like I was on getting on a training with one of my mentors earlier today, and she was like 5 minutes late, and I found myself getting really itchy, like, oh, what could I be doing with this 5 minutes? Okay, if that's your tendency, especially then, you have to make a point, and I've had to make a point of creating some quiet time and start to fight that urge counteract that urge to always be busy and productive, because it's when you're not being productive that these observations and insights come about. Okay, so I've had to build time into my day. And lately what I've been doing, it kind of changes. I can't say I've gotten in a real good routine with it, but lately it's been when I get home from work, like half an hour, and that's when I'll do my like inspirational reading, and I'll jot down like any thoughts that came to me on the commute home. And just kind of taking some time when I'm not, because usually like if I'm, either I'm like, when I'm home, okay, either I'm working on my business, I am, there's some stuff you gotta do, like taking a shower, but even then I'm usually like listening to a training, or if I'm cooking, doing housework. If I can be learning, I'm learning, because I want to learn as much as I can. Learning, inspiration, like filling my head with that stuff. But there has to be some time where there's like nothing coming in, so you can let yourself just kind of observe what's there without having any outside stimulation. Is this making sense what I'm saying? So create that time for reflection, because it's really going to help you. If you are finding that you just are in a negative place a lot of the time and you want to turn that around, you have to make space for that. And same thing, like I talked yesterday a lot about emotional eating and how that's related to not loving, potentially what you see in the mirror. So if that's a habit that you really want to make some progress with, you've got to give yourself some breathing space for noticing your emotions and reacting differently. Okay? And part of it happens throughout the day on a moment by moment basis, but part of it is also building in a little downtime. Now, if you're someone who thinks like, I just can't do that, all right? Show of hands, hearts, you don't have to tell me if you're embarrassed, but if you're listening to me say this and you're thinking, nope, there's no way, I can't take 5 minutes and like read a book or just meditate, like I don't have time. Okay, guys, you have time. You have to make time. I'm sorry, but you just do. Go to bed, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes later. I know, like we need to get enough sleep, but we also need a little bit of quiet time. Like you go crazy if you don't have that. And here's the thing, like it really, really is a choice. I've made that excuse too. I don't have time for that, but you just got to find the time. Like, I know it's not always appealing, but like say you're sitting down to watch TV for an hour or half an hour, maybe like every other night, instead of watching an episode, you take some quiet time. I really think part of it, at least what I found for me, was, it was an excuse, saying I don't have time, when really I was kind of afraid of what I would find and what I would learn about myself if I actually sat down and had that quiet time. So you really got to get to the bottom of that. And if you are avoiding it, think about why that might be. But you got to change it around. Like your life isn't going to change unless you're willing to really make space for that. Make space for the change to happen. Okay, so number 3, this is the tough love day, so don't leave me now. The next couple days I think are not going to be this tough on you guys, but I'm just responding to what I see over and over with my clients. So I'm not talking about you personally, because if you're my client, you're already working with me somewhere else. Most of the people in here are newer to me. Well, some of you have been here a long time, but supporters. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, like my paying clients get plenty of me in other groups, so that's why a lot of them are not on here, and that's fine. But I see over and over again people saying things, I tried that and it didn't work. Okay, and it's probably no one in here, because like those people just kind of are like, see ya, bye. But you have to stop saying, I tried that and it didn't work. That's my tough love. So first of all, did you give it enough time? Now, when we're talking about, emotional eating yesterday, or when we're talking about mindset today, those are not things that change overnight. Those are things that take dedicated work over a period of years. So don't get frustrated. Don't get discouraged. Notice all the small wins. We talked about that yesterday, right? Celebrate the small wins, but you have to give it time. And you have to be patient. And then the other question I have is, did you really give it a good faith effort? Like, I cannot tell you, I'm sorry guys, but like people, they purchase a program from me. Like they pay for it. And then they don't do it. Like they don't show up. And then they say, well, I did that program and it didn't work. Like they didn't. So with the program, there might be, you know, like daily discussions to engage with. There might be journaling prompts. There might be exercises. All of these things I'm assigning to you guys this week are pretty similar, or like a little taste of the work that I do with my paying clients. So if you guys are not engaging with the material, you can't say that you did this challenge just because you're in the group. So, you know, not to be negative and not to tear anyone down, but you can't have the expectation that this content is going to change you unless you open yourself up and are willing to be changed. And it's not that you're a bad person. Like, change is scary. I get that. And we all feel that way. Most of us feel that way. We're all set in our ways. We're all set in our habits. But if you want something different, you have to do something different. And that's really the biggest tip. Like, the minute you say, oh, I tried that and it didn't work. You know, I'm sure there's some things in life that are like that. Like, I don't know, I tried that shampoo and it didn't work for me. Like, simple things. But most of the time when we find ourselves saying that, it's more of an invitation to reflect further. Like, did you really? Or do you just, like, are you trying to stay stuck where you are? And, you know, is it self-sabotage? Were you using it as an excuse to give up and to, like, get nice and comfortable in that feeling that, well, nothing's ever going to change. Might as well not even try. All right? Change is possible. I promise you it is possible. I'm kind of offering you guys, like, everything I know. You got to do your part too. So that's really what I'm here to tell you today. Now, I do want to tell you about the program that I designed for you. And it's really all about learning to love and accept your body and feel joy every day and feel confident. And it's called the Body Love Bootcamp. I'm going to pull up the page I designed, and I will drop this link for you guys as soon as we're done here. I just want to go over all everything that's included for you. Okay. So the Body Love Bootcamp, top of the page, just an explanation. You guys kind of know what it's all about if you've been here. So what you are going to get with this, we will work together for 1 full year, and you get group support. So it's in a separate app. It's actually not on Facebook. There's an online group that you'll check into on a daily basis, and you get to share experiences with your fellow program participants. So there's been a little participation in this challenge so far, and hopefully there will be more before the deadline. But the groups, you know, once people have bought in and have some skin in the game, are very, very engaged. And I really feel that there just is nothing else as motivating as sharing your struggles and your progress with a group that gets it and is working on the same things. You will also get one-on-one support from me. So you'll be able to communicate with me privately in Messenger and get one-on-one coaching. And you can share your insights as you're having them. You can share any questions you have and receive, obviously, answers directly from me. And I just want you to know the support of a coach can be really crucial in helping you see and understand patterns and implement change. So one of the reasons I am a coach is because I have worked with coaches, and I know the power of just having someone, like, reflect back to you. Things that you didn't even notice, like the way that you said something, the words that you chose, and it's like, well, why did you choose to say it that way? Like, what's that all about? That can be really, really useful, just having that pointed out, kind of your blind spots. That's one of the big parts of what a coach does. And of course, there's some, you know, like nuts and bolts of fitness and nutrition that I provide also. But I really think the huge value in coaching is like asking the right questions, helping you notice patterns, especially when we're talking about mindset, confidence, emotional eating, like how to feel happy and fulfilled in life. That's something that coaching can really help with. Okay, for 1 full year, you will get access to the streaming workout library that I represent. So it's digital streaming access. There's more than 800 different workouts to choose from. It's like everything you could ever want. And the reason this is included is part of learning to love our bodies is treating them with love, right? On day 1, we spoke about exercise and how, it can either be punishment or it can be like nourishment, it's kind of like, it's a form of self-care. So we'll work together to pick out a form of exercise that really feels good to you. So if you're someone who's used to punishing your body, like I was describing with running, maybe we'll pick something different like yoga or Tai Chi or dance for you. If you're someone who's just used to like trying to burn as many calories as you can in your workout, like we'll want to shift your focus probably away from that and try something new and different. Again, as part of the effort to help you reset your mindset. You'll also receive nutrition coaching. So you'll receive a nutrition plan that's tailored to your goals and your needs. We'll have an initial consultation and I'll make a recommendation and explain it all and how it all works and basically hold your hand every step of the way. But there's some people who have followed nutrition plans before and are kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna have this and this for breakfast. I'm like, I'll go shopping and I'll get the food and I'll prep it. You know what I mean? Like some people are all over that, and then some people are like, whoa, I've never done anything like that before. I eat takeout 3 meals a day. So I will meet you where you're at and we'll set kind of again, small incremental goals. This is a thing in my coaching because it's what helps people succeed. But you don't ever have to feel overwhelmed. We'll take it one step at a time. And really the goal of that is that the food you eat has a major impact on your emotions, and it's just impossible to feel great when we're eating crappy food. So I want you to experience how good you feel, and it really makes a difference in confidence, right? This is part of treating yourself well, is eating, showing yourself through what you're eating that you value yourself. Okay, and then as part of that also, you'll get a 30-day supply of Shakeology. So this is where, you can't turn your diet around 180 degrees overnight. Small incremental changes, right? So this is going to provide the essentials to help you start feeling more energized naturally as we start implementing these other healthy changes together. So you can try it for a month. If you like it, you can keep going. If you don't, you can stop, no obligation. But it's a multivitamin. It has probiotics, antioxidants, adaptogens, medicinal herbs, and it really helps you beat cravings because it tastes delicious. Chocolate, vanilla, cafe latte, or strawberry are your choices. It helps you beat stress naturally, boost your energy, digestion, and immune function. And so it's really a daily essential for me. And it's part of this package. I mean, I really think that everyone should drink it every day, but you can just try it for 1 month. And again, there's no obligation to continue if you're not finding that it helps you. How could you not? But anyways, then I also have some extra bonuses for you. And these bonuses are specifically chosen for this program. So when you enroll in the Body Love Bootcamp, you will also receive my Food and Feelings journal, which is not, it's a similar format to the journal for this program, but different content. It says different things on the pages. So you receive that to help you understand your patterns of emotional eating, if that's an issue for you. So you can put an end, start to unravel those patterns. Not put an end to them tomorrow necessarily, but get started on really making some headway with them. Okay, you're also going to receive a book from me, and I love reading. I love to read, I always have, but specifically personal growth books, and now have become a big passion of mine. And so there are several books that have been really meaningful to me along the way in my journey to really feel deeply that I do love and accept myself. So your choices will be, I had two on the list, by Janine Roth. So she wrote a book called When Food is Love. It's kind of a classic. I feel like it was from like the 70s or 80s. It's pretty old, but it's about emotional eating, using food for emotional reasons. And it really changed my life back when I was still struggling a lot with binge eating. If you have read that one, you could choose instead Janine's most recent book. It's called This Messy, Magnificent Life, a Field Guide, I think, the second part of the title I don't have on this page. But and that book is more about the topic of like accepting yourself as you are, like, you know, which is related to emotional eating, as I've been saying this week. But, you know, there's overlap, but it's not the same. Like the emotional eating one is kind of specific to that issue. This Messy, Magnificent Life is more general, more broad. And then the third choice, I just added this one at the last minute because I have something even more exciting to tell you guys. But okay, the third choice, it's called Becoming Enough by Amanda Johnson. And, you know, another book that's really related to the concepts that we're talking about this week. It's about accepting yourself as you are. This is the book that I was talking yesterday about, like redefining perfection. This is a book that concept came from, that, you know, like really coming to believe that you are perfect as you are is one of the keys to happiness and contentment. So the really cool announcement is that the author, Amanda Johnson, has agreed to do a live interview with me. I used to be a journalist. I don't know if you guys know that, but I love interviewing people. It's going to be an interview, but it's really going to be a conversation, I hope, about, you know, her book and these concepts. And she's got another book she's working on, and I'm just really excited to talk with her. So that's going to be a live call on August 9th, and you will get access. It's going to be in the evening USA time. So you'll get the link to get on live and ask questions as long as you enroll in the Body Love Bootcamp by August 8th. If you can't make it live, or if you don't enroll by August 8th, then you'll still get access to the recording from that call, and you'll still have all the content. You just wouldn't be able to ask her questions live. And then the last thing that I threw in, I had a 5-day series on the foods that most promote vitality, just all about what you can eat for energy and positive emotions and hormone balance and those kinds of things. And, you know, again, the nutrition is just one piece of really loving your body, but it's an important piece of it. So I think that video series really has a lot of information that's just crucial if you're wanting to feel your best. So really, with all of those bonuses, I mean, you'll have lifetime access to all of these. It's a lot of content that you can explore over the course of the year. So if it seems like a lot, remember you have like a whole year that we'll be working together, and you could explore it at your own pace, just little by little. But it's really packing in a lot of value. So the regular price for this is $160. However, if you participate in this challenge, remember you got to be signed up for the emails. Like, no biggie, guys. Just give me your email address. You can unsubscribe later if you want to. Anyways, that gets you $20 off. So you'll be getting this for $140. And how it works is I can't change the price that you pay, but you get a $20 rebate via PayPal as soon as your enrollment comes through. So $140, I really think there's like a ton involved for that price, and honestly, it's really almost next to nothing for everything that you're getting, and to really make some progress on feeling better about yourself and feeling better in your body. I'm just really excited for the work that we could do together over the next year. Obviously, if you have any questions, you can ask questions in this group. You can send me a message. You can send me an email. I'd love to talk with you more about the program if you think it might be something that would help you. And really would be excited to work with some of you over the coming year. All right, I'm going to be back tomorrow, and almost forgot, like, we're not done yet. We still have 2 more days. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about one more thing that has really, really helped me a lot in this journey, and something that's really essential. I don't know if it's completely essential, but it helps a lot for any kind of change in your life. So if you want to find out what that is, make sure you join us for day 4.